Hello.
Everyone forgets about the redeem. I might make it like just a unique message or something that the robot says where it's like, oh yeah, the himbo Zeebs is, getting ready to stream. If you're here too, be sure to hit the redeem or something. I don't know. You're busy drawing? Ah. Excuses. Sounds like excuses to me. Ooh, boobies. Alrighty, where is me, Alright, I don't need that open. I need to go over to... Oh wait, I forgot to turn on lights and things. I still have more I need to do. How do I forget these things? What the... Alrighty, and then... Alright, so the lights are done. And then we plug this in. Whee! Where the fuck are you going? Okay, why didn't that work? Hang on. Please. That was weird. Like, it should have, like, changed from, like, one thing to the other. Like, hang on. There we go. Although now it just has, like, this, reminder text just staying on there. Why is that there? That's... I want to say core overlay. Yep, that's the core overlay. Now I can unhide it. There we go. Eee! But yeah, hello everyone. Also, I'm not a huge fan of... I tried using a different, like, station rather than a playlist. I'm gonna go back to the lo-fi hip-hop. Hopefully... Hey! No, Furry, give me my shirt back. Give me my shirt back. You already have my shirt. I want it back right now. You're gonna give me back my shirt, right? Hand, come on. Point. There we go. Ow. Damn it. Also, hi there, Abaddon. All right, so let's see who we got. So we got Furry, who was in here. They didn't do the redeem. That was taken by Angrel. angle. And then we got Abaddon, who decided to bonk me on the head. Thank you for the hyper himbo angle. I really appreciate it. I hope you are all having a really great evening. It might be an evening for some peeps. Obviously, I'm not that, unfortunately, trying to be emotive with a model that isn't, like, you know, super emotive is not working out too well. I'll need to fix that some other means. All right. So I can click the tick on this. I can click the tick on that. I can click the tick on this. So yeah, hey Alvirus, welcome to the stream. Since I'm on a PlayStation, since I'm gonna be playing on a PlayStation, I can just do this. It's 3 a.m. for Abaddon. Of course, I have to take on the like, you know, the insomniacs of the United States. The people in the UK are like, you know, they're awake at this point. I think it's getting up to lunchtime for them in the next hour or two. And then anyone who's an Australian is already busy watching someone like, you know, Fabupona, or who is online right now? Or Bajo. Bajo's a big one. Bajo's a very big person. Oh, and then there's Seadog VA, but Seadog's in Japan. He's big in Japan. Although he could also be big in the UK and such. Like, point is, there's a lot of peeps out there, and I gotta get my peeps wherever I can, and, you know, hold them and hug them really tightly. Just never let go. I know that might seem like, you know, really toxic, but this is where I'm at right now. I just have to be really desperately holding on to the peeps. You're just getting off work. You have a good big stream. We'll be back shortly. Not to worry, Angro. I really appreciate you dropping in just before you're out of the doors of work. Be sure to run out those doors. Don't let them catch you, all right? You gotta run. You gotta escape work. Don't let them keep you for longer than they should. Alrighty. Do I want to keep these things open? Technically, I do, so I can get more points. Oh! Hi, Hendrix. Welcome to the stream. Hello to you, too. Hope you're doing all right. Oh, my God. That's actually a pretty fun wave. It's just like, big waves. Big waves. Outcast stars. Looks cool. Is he streaming right now? No, he ain't. Entirely. Ooh. Excuse me. Yawning. Entirely different time zones. Ain't gonna work out. All right. But yeah, where was I in my train of thoughts? What was the what was my brain at? Cookie. Who wanted the cookie? Hendrix wanted the cookie. There we go. Thank you. Holding us. Ah, yes. So yeah, I gotta hold on to you guys as best as I can. I gotta give you really big hugs. I gotta make the content all interesting, and it's kind of tricky to do some days. I will be real with you, but I'm hoping, you know, as I continue doing streaming and such like that through this year as well, you know, more follows, more TikToks, more times to stream with you, and, like, you know, presenting content, being funny and whatsoever. Hi there, Danny. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right. All right, slowly but surely, just improving on my craft and hopefully, you know, getting, you know, rewarded for that as well. Because, you know, tiny little bit. The reason why I do this is, you know, for a little bit of a reward, but everyone does it for a little bit of an award. You know, sometimes we put a lot of work into this cake, and sometimes we want to take an eat of it. I gotta be careful about what I eat, though. However, I have gone through, like, we've only been in 2023 for, like, what, like 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure we're on to 3 weeks right now. Yeah, we've been on it for like 3 weeks, and I have not, like, kicked my addiction to hamburgers or McDonald's. I really need to, like, do a proper kicking. I've deleted, like, all the like the food delivery apps on my phone at this point, because I don't know how I am doing this, but, like, anytime I'm taking the train, like, back from work or something like that, I have to have a really strong thought of, don't order food on the way home or anything like that. I now have to have that as, like, a very, like, present thought, because because half the time, like, I'm not thinking straight on the way back from home, and I'm like, you know, it'd be cool having a hamburger, and then just, you know, you order 2 because you're just that gluttonous. Absolutely terrible. I need to get out of that kind of nonsense. So, and it's annoying because it's like, I don't need that. Like, I'm not yet at this, you know, hugely muscular energy just yet in real life. I don't need the amount of food that I find myself eating in the evenings. And it's really annoying. And I absolutely hate people with really, really high metabolisms. Like, why? Why do you get the high metabolism and you just eat shit? You're just eating KFC in the evenings, like once a week or something like that, and you're having no repercussions for it. I have to deal with the repercussions. Why am I the one? Why couldn't I be one of those, like, you know, real skinny bitches that it's just like, oh yeah, I just eat, like, terrible food, but somehow my body just burns that shit, and because I'm burning it so quickly, it doesn't have time to turn it into fat or repairs for muscle. It's like, ah... Embrace the round? I don't want to embrace the round, though. I know some people can embrace it, but I can't. Like, that brown's not the fantasy here. Look at this. Okay? Like, and, wait, not this, not that. This! Look at this! This was created as, like, the fantasy. Round is not the fantasy. Like, I want, like, you know, I want the strong legs, eggs, the strong muscles, like, just the amazing, like, Dorito chip body type. You see much round? No, you don't see round. Shut up. You don't see round. Fan service. A little bit of fan service. People need to remember that I'm not, like, some people think I might be, like, you know, just, you know, as wide as the tits or something like that, like, with my model, but it's like, I'm not actually, like, I might be maybe that, you know, wide in IRL. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be really embarrassing once I finally do my my fursuit stream. That one's a little bit worrying for me, a little bit. Like, a part of me is, like, sort of excited of, like, oh yeah, I get to, like, sort of, I get to do a fursuit stream, which I've seen a lot of people do. Hi there, Cairo boy. Wait, am I saying that correctly? Cario boy. So yeah, I'm really excited for doing, like, a fursuit stream. Hey, Hendrix, stop staring at my tits. Stop it. Stop staring at the tits. Cario is Lucario. Yep, okay, Cario. So yeah, cool. Also, it doesn't do the correct angle. There we go, because normally it thinks I'm doing the, you know, the honky thingy-majiggy when I'm in the game screen, not when I'm in the chatting screen. But yeah, like, so... Oh, I'm really excited for doing, like, a fursuit stream next Friday. So I don't normally stream on a Friday, but I thought for this fursuit one, I should do it, like, you know, on a Friday night or something like that, because it's, like, Friday morning for some peeps, and because it's Friday night in Australia and such like that, maybe people will be, like, a little more interested in doing, like, in having, like, you know, just like, playing a party game, like, Mario Kart, Mario Party, or Super Smash Bros., something on the Switch. Someone recommended to me Dance Dance Revolution, but I don't have, like, the Dance Dance Revolution board or anything like that, so that ain't happening. Anywhoosies. So yeah, so I was as excited as I am of doing, like, a fursuit stream and, like, you know, wearing the fursuit and such like that, and I don't have to go to a fursuit meet, like, I'm still, like, a little bit worried because, like, body type-wise, I do not match my fursona, and I didn't intend to be, you know, a fursona that matches the IRL body type, because, like, you know, personally I don't like my body type, and, you know, it's, some people might be like, oh, that's just, like, some people might think that's a, you know, a toxic means of looking at, like, that's a low self-esteem sort of thing, but I don't want to lie to myself and say I like where I'm at. Like, sure, I like eating, I like playing video games and such like that, but I'm not exactly a huge fan of, you know, being, like, knowing that I'm overweight and such like that. Wheelie Husky, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Not unless you're using Jungle Book Groove Party. It's either Controller or Dance Man. Yeah, well, thankfully only one person asked for Dance Dance Revolution, and it ain't gonna be that, most certainly. But yeah, I'm just, like, Wheelie. But yeah, so I'm not, you know, a huge fan of, like, where my current body type is and such like that. And it's like, you know, obviously, like, with the way you see my fursona and such like that, it's like, that's obviously, like, I know I'm never going to be, like, to the same physique as my fursona or anything like that, but I would much rather be trying to make efforts to look closer to my fursona than pulling my fursona to what I look like, you know, now or something rather. If it means anything, you like me? Aw, you're just saying that because of my smooth tones, my Gilbert Godfrey-esque amalgamation of American, Canadian, English, Australian accent. And plus, I'm very himbo in half of the game, so you get to feel very smart with the magic systems. So squats, I hear you want us to redeem squats. I do have squat redeems, and I've actually updated it recently. So the last time I streamed back on Monday, I actually reduced the cost, so it went from 250 down to 200. So Bone is really happy about that. But one of the other changes that I made was I actually increased the quantity.
Hendrix92 thinks you should do 20 squats.
Yeah, that. So instead of doing because I can do 15 squats and I'm a little bit out of breath, but I can do it like relatively fast or relatively slowly. So now it's going to be 20 squats, which is going to be, I'm going to be real with you, this is going to be back into the moments of like, oh, I'm going to be a little bit slow with these and a little bit tired. But I want to do these squats, and I feel like 20 is kind of like a good point, because even if I don't do like the full 10 redeems in a stream or something like that, the fact that I'm having to do like 20 squats in a set is, I feel like, is a really good, like, you know, feel the burn. Yeah, it's a good, that kind of thing. So, all right, let me get the first 20 squats out of the way. Also, hi, Kusaki. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing with your, I know you have squat redeems. You need to give me more squat redeems on your side, because someone keeps doing them before I can, and there's no more squat redeems or exercise redeems on your side. We could be swole buddies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, oh, here it is, 19, 20, and I'm gonna be out of breath for like the next 8 minutes. Hi there, Chaos, welcome to the stream. Hug attack. Hang on, I got a command for this. Hang on, not if I, there we go, hug. Yeah, like, just get over here and just really big, strong hugs. That's kind of the reason why I want to be strong. Ooh, damn it. Ooh. It's once per hour for me. It feels like I can only redeem it, like, I feel like on the stream, though, it's like, it can only be redeemed, like, once a stream. Maybe I'm just coming in too late where, you know, you have the tour. Okay, there's barely any water in this. I should have refilled this before I streamed. Thank you, Hendrix, for the hydrate. Wait, Hendrix, are you doing the hydrate redeem every time I'm doing the 20 squats? You don't have to do the hydrate redeem. Like sure, like it's nice to get reminded once in a while. Cookie for chaos. Kusakawiki. Must be too heavy. Nah, the pecs aren't too heavy. The pecs are just mostly air. You should drink anyways. Alrighty then. On that note, I am going to really quickly refill this water bottle. Follow-up. Actually, here's a question for you guys. Cerillion on Twitter asked this already, but like, if you don't follow Cerillion, here's the question. What are your thoughts on your persona aging with you? So, for example, if you created your persona when you were like, you know, 16 or 18, but now you're approaching your 30s, do you think you should have the, you know, the ref sheet or any of your artwork of your persona update to sort of match the aging of your of yourself? Now, obviously, that's not going to be a huge thing of like, oh, looking different from 16 or 18, but I'm curious about those who are approaching their 30s or may have done, you know, big changes where they've grown a beard or maybe a different body type. I want to read your thoughts. I'm refilling my water. Alrighty, I'm back. I filled my water. My latest ref sheet is a bit more mature looking than the last one. Ooh, okay. Okay, Kusaki. A little more mature, huh? Has it got... I'm trying to think, what would be mature in Kusaki's brain? What is in Kusaki? Because I can't remember what your two ref sheets look like. So I'm trying to think of what would be the difference between like your first ref sheet to where you are currently. The first thing that pops into my head is... Wait, hang on a sec. I just read what Kusaki just wrote. Damn it, I can't be inquisitive because the answer's right there. Less chibi than the previous version. See, what I was thinking is like, I feel like you'd be maybe less... I thought it would be in the opposite way. I thought it would be less lanky. Because I don't know why. For some reason, I imagine like your persona being like extra skinny. I don't know why. Feline personas, maybe this is a generalization, but feline personas, I feel like they always go for like, you know, the sort of lengthy kind of character. So like if you look at, hang on a sec, let me go on to like free cam. So as you can see with mine, it's like there's quite a bit of bulk. And I'm fairly wide on the top, and then it's like turning into a Dorito at the bottom. I feel like with feline personas, like they don't do this sort of like, you know, shaping bulk. They're kind of, so if mine's a triangle, if you would think, I feel like felines are a little more like rectangle, where they have the reach and what have you, but they're all about flexibility because of like that acrobaticness that cats just naturally have. I don't know, you're still skinny, so that hasn't changed? Damn it. Here I was thinking you finally put bulk on your legs, you know, got yourself some, like, you know, thunder thighs. Actually, I wonder, maybe I should... It's been a while since I've worn shorts, but I wonder if I should, like... I need to learn how to, like, pose with my legs and such. I used to do cycling quite a bit, and I feel like one of the things I should do is, like, maybe just have a critical look at, you know, what my legs, arms, and stomach are like, because I keep wearing like jeans and shirts, and it's like I'm always like looking in the same body type and such like that. But maybe I should, like, you know, just get something where it's like, you know how like the ladies have like that picture where it's just like only their leg egg and they're like flexing it, or they got like a high heel or something. Maybe I need to do something like that. Like, not have a picture of myself, but just sort of hinting. Lamau, now, you've seen me on the IRL, Ken. You're a skinny boy. Yes. You, hang on a second. I need to, like, I can't zoom in on this one, but you, Kusaki, you have the unfair charisma that you have a persona that looks good, and yourself also looks very similar to your persona and looking good. You are looking good squared. It is mathematically annoying. Like, I look good here, and I don't have the confidence of thinking I look good IRL. Like, I'm just looking good, like, you know, normal. Like it's just a normal thing. But because you're looking good square, then it's like it's an exponential growth from there whenever there's like new changes and shit. Like, if I change my shirts, hang on a second, let me demonstrate. Like, nope, that's sources. Where's my wardrobe button? Here's my wardrobe button. If I'm changing, like me changing my shirts, you know, maybe I'm a cactor, or maybe I want to wear something that Fat Wolf has created in the past called Be More Massiver. I absolutely love this thing. Or Booster Pangs, Himbo. Booster Pang's pretty awesome. He's a really awesome artist. I haven't yet commissioned him. He does the thick, and he does a little bit of like the lean muscle very well. I do want to commission him. But all right, I'm gonna stick to Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, so you got this, where it's like, you know, it's reasonable sort of progression and shit like that. Like, it's not, you know, go home and write about it. Like, oh my god, there's a fucking JoJo centerfold. But then, then you look at, like, say, Kusaki, and he has, like, a really cool outfit, and then he puts on, like, this jacket with, like, the fur brim on the back or something. That looks really cool on the persona. But then, what does Kusaki do IRL? He gets himself the same jacket. And then they were able to do your persona versus yourself, and then because of the good looking squared, it's like, oh my fucking god, you just pinnacle of design all of a sudden. It's amazing. I guarantee you look good IRL. Thank you, Urane. I will try to look my best next Friday when I have my fursuit head on. I wonder what it's gonna sound like on the mic when I have my fursuit. Oh my gosh, I love the new himbo shirt. Thank you. I wore that for a period of time because Booster Pang released like a series of shirts. They did himbo, bimbo, and thembo, and they did them in the style of like, you know, Barbie, G.I. Joe, and My Little Pony fonts. It was really cool. And I really like their shirt, and I sent them a message of like, oh, hey, like, I really love your shirt design. I'm not able to get to any of your conventions, but I was wondering if, like, you know, if I can, like, you know, wear this shirt for a period of time on stream and, you know, sort of advertise, hey, if you want a shirt like this, go to Booster Pang's website and such. And the artist was totally fine with it. They said, yep, absolute. They were like, yep, that seems reasonable. You know, you're welcome to do that. And I was like, absolutely, thank you so much. And I wore it for like, you know, I thought it was a really cool shirt. I wore it for like a week or two on stream, and it was like a really fun design to wear. And that's like basically the same reason for Fat Wolf is back in the day, I used to think I would change this shirt like all the effing time. But really, fun fact, it's a little bit annoying having to do retextures, doing them in Unity and exporting them from Unity. Oh yeah, shit. I should probably do a shout out for Kusaki. Because Kusaki is an absolutely amazing streamer. Yeah, we can get a shout out for Kusaki. They're absolutely amazing. They've been going through, last I checked, they were going through, what's Makuzi? Also just went live. Oh, I see. I see. Where are they? Ow. Shit. Okay, I should not have music playing from like my thing. And Grant is amazed. Thank you, Alvirus. Forcing his fursuit head on him. I will definitely be putting the fursuit head on next Friday. So put that in your calendars. Stupid mathematically handsome Puma. I'm finally catching up on the messages and such like that. Grant is your favorite himbo. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So yeah, so that's like my, you know, you guys just decide to like peer in for a quick moment of like, oh, how does Grant feel about like, you know, his IRL self? And you're just sort of like, oh goodness, that's a lot to unpack. Some of it is going to be very difficult to do, and it's definitely not something I can do on stream and such like that. And I shouldn't be like, you know, doing like putting Kusaki on a pinnacle or something like that. I need to be careful of that. I hope he doesn't feel like, you know, terrible. No, not terrible. That's the wrong word. Fuck! Why is autism, like, just... Autism makes it annoying. Just makes communication all the more annoying. Oh, wait, I can do an emote thingy. Let's see if I can win out with my gun emote. Alright. So, by the way, you just unlocked the job crystals in Final Fantasy XIV. Hey! Good work for you, Alvarez. You're catching up! Putting him on a pedestal, not a pedestal, not a pinnacle. Yeah, pedestal. You'll pop over real quick and make him do his squats and reps. No. I want to do his squats. Please, let me do his squats. I want to do his squats. Where is it? Here it is. Redeem it. Yes, I made it. I forced him to do the squats. Alrighty. I need to get some stuff at the ready. I can't. Oh, thank you, Alvarez, for just hitting the himbo cam on me once again. There we go. And then, all right, so I need to go back to camera. Where is... All right, I need to activate the source, and then I need to be ready to, like, do the thingy-madiggy. So I need to hit the channel button, hit the pause on here, and then I need to try and hear this music as well. There we go. All right, so we're going through more Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop by Distance. What inspired you to make your Fursona's super exaggerated muscles again? Back in the role-playing scene, I thought like this kind of zebra would be an attractive feature for women to come towards me, but Really, it just had a lot of dudes. That's the fun bit about having, like, you know, large muscles and such like that. I was like, oh man, the ladies will love this. The ladies do not... The ladies couldn't care. Borrow these spirits. Yes, sounds good to me. Alrighty, and then... Unknown place. You need to make a bear Bara persona. Oh my goodness. That's like peak Bara, is when you make it a bear. Oh, and then... Is that working? Oh yeah, it is actually hitting them. What the... Why am I... That's annoying. Alright, reality warping. Oh, what the... okay. Switch target. And then... There we go. Alright, I think I forget some of this stuff, but other stuff I'm doing okay. Oh. Get back here. Gotcha. Also, I need to lower the volume in my ear so I can actually hear what you guys... I can hear myself think. The handsomest of Zeebs. Hi there, Thorin! Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing alright. I just realized I don't have a, Wait, did I just... Am I going the right way? Hang on. Oh no, I don't want to go to the bridge. I want to... Whoa. And this game thought I could... Oh, shit. Oh my god, what is with the size of this map? Where am I supposed to be going? This is... Oh, so... Oh. Weird animals. Alrighty, let's try this one. Move. Okay, that was annoying. I do not like the grid. The grid's reality shifting is not fun. There we go. Ding, ding. There we go. Alright, and then let's start. Alright, am I going the right way? It's hard to tell, because everything is trying to kill me right now. We in Tron? Yes, we are in Tron. You don't have a Susona, but you do have a self-insert OC, which I guess is like the non-furry version of a persona. Yes! You can have personas without it being furry. Am I going the... No. There we go, and then break use. No, I don't want to take a screenshot. What is... Okay, cool. So, unknown location here. Alright. Alright, so I need to head into the city to meet Sam in Contact. Okay, so I need to... So this is city. And then I can use this to go up. Yeah, I want to spend as little time in this place. Like, sure, I can, like, you know, start, you know, whacking things and such. I forgot I need a, hang on, what's... Stop shooting me, owl! There we go. I need to do a shout-out for Thorin, because Thorin the Bull is actually, like, you know, they were, like, one of the first, like, streamers I've, like, chatted with and checked out once in a while and such back during, COVID. And they are, like, really cool. Ah! No! Savage! Not the cactar! Not the cactar! Ah! No.
Time till I get back.
Hi, Savage. Welcome to the stream. Oh, yeah,
fight
some
more than boredom.
good one there, Riku. I wonder if you can, like, get through a world, like, through a single drop, if that's a possibility. Like, I wonder if that's a thing. Like, you can just keep, you know, if you do your, like, resource management well and such, can you just... I don't know if I can do it fast enough, though, is the thing. Because I need to use, like, the, you know, the drop me knots at some point, I think. No, I'm not going to be able to, from the looks of it. Alright, let's have a look. Prize box. I need to do this before I get hit with, you know, more thingy-majiggies and have to go onto countdown mode. Rising Wing. All right, let's use this. There we go. I know I'm gonna drop soon. I need to finish this fight as soon as I can, though. I'm probably not gonna finish this soon. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Thorin has titties as well. Thorin is a himbo over in the Wild Abandoned team, and so is Savage. Savage and Thorin are one of the many himbos that saw my persona and were like, this is a hot persona. Yes. Okay. I should be able to eat like a drop me not cookie so I can get through this in the one drop. You're also birthday, Moo? Is it your birthday? Thorin, is it your birthday? What? Where does it say birthday? What? Damn it. I need to find Thorin the Bull birthday. You're saying yes. Awesome. Cool. Happy birthday, Thorin.
Sam!
Hope everyone... Oh, damn. They've been up to
Riku.
all kinds of shit.
Sam and I were on our way.
Happy birthday, Thorin. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Thorin. Happy birthday to you.
There's one in the underground docks.
Ow. Yay, I can view the stolen disc of Memento. Ah, there's a furry image.
Disc. It's gone.
It's missing.
It is. She's stable.
We have to go back. Clue will use it to reach the outside world. I can stop him from destroying it if you just let me do this.
You've done enough already.
Damn high good ratings.
So what do we do now?
I don't know. Nothing.
Yeah, I feel like this is just a shortcoming of when you do stylized humans for so long, and then all of a sudden you have, like, trying to do hyperrealism. Because I'm gonna be real, Sora looks nothing like a human if following these rules, and yet they didn't decide to make.
We can beat Clue there.
They didn't decide to make the IRL characters like in the Pirates of the Caribbean or Tron similar to Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts humans. Oh no, they put me in a fucking... Nah, I'm stuck. Yep, bonus time. Like... Damn it! I was hoping I could just get this guy's, like, shit done in, like, one drop, but I guess not. Slow the drop? Yep. Make it easier to boost affinity with spirits. Effect lasts until it drops and scales with thingy-madiggy. Yep. I don't really care about, like, items like potions and such like that, so the drop can easily, like, just deal with that. Alright, I need to get Sora into here. He better not fuck up on his way here. Alrighty, I need to defeat this person. Yep, come on, come on, come on. Okay, cool. So it's just like doing a lot of braking. Okay, these are entirely different attack patterns from like when he was... Ow. There we go. Okay, awesome. You remember the ending to this game? Okay, well, don't spoil the ending, because this game, like, I kind of don't... I'm not a huge fan of, like, the combat and, like, just... Like, I don't like having to swap from, like, one character to the next, like, because I feel like this could end up being a little more like a chain of memories problem than a birth by sleep thing. And I was fine with birth by sleep because I actually enjoyed the nonsense. Yay, I got gold. So, but I'm hoping, like, what I like so far is, like, there isn't, like, too much of the dream job story I have to follow, but at least gives me some really good mementos to read through of being reminded of, oh, this is what happened in Kingdom Hearts. This is what happened in, you know, 358 by 2 days. Like, I like, you know, I like getting the mementos and just really quickly rereading, like, oh, this is what I've missed and such. Because it's most likely going to talk to me about Ansem and Xehanort and all this kind of nonsense, and I keep mixing up the two peeps. Hang on, I need to check up on someone. Alright, cool, he did his squats. Awesome, I just needed to double check that Kusaki did his squats. Alrighty, open the chest. Alright, what's this thing? Borrow these spirits. I'd rather not. Where the fuck am I? Oh my god, you should go after the flying machine. Cool, so I am going this ways. And I can use this to just really quickly save, because otherwise it might crash. Ansem and Xehanort are the same people. Zenimus too. Hang on, I already said. There you go. Alright. Yeah, like...
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Ha. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Hey. Fine. Yeah. Light.
There we go. It's not really that strong of a spell just yet.
Yeah. Heal. Yeah. Ha. Hey. Yeah. Together.
Alright, use this. Bam! Alright, that should be everyone. Alright, now we go up a floor. Oh, don't cry about Terra. if this game has a theme, it's gaslighting. Terra and Sora are just like two peas in a pod, just regularly getting gaslit by whatever fucking villain of the week or something. Although Riku has also like turned evil and such like that as well, and like to a greater degree than Sora has. Just get down here, bird! Oh my god, this fucking bird. Get! Yes, there we go. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Whee! Alright, hopefully I'm going the right way. Whee! Nope, too far, too far. There we go. Bam, oozles. Get wrecked. Alright, let's try the hacking thingy-ma-dig. Alright, moving spark. What? Oh, this makes no sense. Alright, am I going the right way? I think I am. Down we go. Oh my god, there's a cat on the other stream. Cat. I'm sorry, there's a cat on, like... Look at this. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. Oh, hi there, Kahlua. How... What, you're the stupid cat, Kahlua? Okay. I mean, that's a bit downplay, but like, you know, you can be a cool cat at too. Maybe not as cool as Kusaki's cat, but bum 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 bum. Bubsy? Wait, why does that ring a bell? Oh, because it's based on the fucking cartoon. Oh my goodness. Also, hi, Kahlua. I just read Kahlua. Do the tiny small cat mew. Oh my goodness. Wait, hang on. Where is the... No. Damn it! He got away. Okay. I was gonna do the redeem... Alright, cool. I'm done fucking about with the cat cam. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna put you away over here's. Sorry, I got... This is what happens, is I'll just have like multiple streams going off, and it's just like, cat cam! Alright, where the fuck am I going? This way, alright. It's a very pretty kid. How did I know you were watching Kusaki's stream? Because you're also in Kusaki's stream. Australian furs watch other Australian furs. Right now, there's like multiple different furs to watch. There's me, there's Kusaki, there's Fabupona, and Scribbly Noodle. Unless... Kahlua, are you streaming as well? Are you streaming as well and you're just like, you know, silently watching? Fairy Cures isn't in Australia. Oh! I thought you were. Alright, yeah, we're going after the flying machine still. And then jump. I was on your recommended page? Hey, that's pretty cool. That's neat. I wasn't too sure I was, you know, hitting the Twitch algorithm correctly. That's good to know. I really appreciate it.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness, that took a lot of effort, doing that fucking reflection in game like that.
Program.
I, don't have any handles, but the name's Sora.
Hi,
Verifying
Sora.
Handle. Sora. Handle not found. Stray program recognized.
Hey! Wha-
They're just manhandling children.
Isolating for quarantine.
Whoa there! That is so unfriendly.
Oh, I just realized the back of his thingy-majiggy is the King Mickey logo rather than the Dream Drop logo that Riku has. Bam!
Yeah, 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 ha.
There we go.
Hey, yeah, ha, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ha. Hey, ha, ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also, Cypher is not all that useful. There we go.
Ha, yeah, 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 ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright, hacking time. Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop. There we go. What's this? Moving spark. Excellent. He can't jump. Alright, I'll just use that. And then... escape the guards. Cool. Wait, am I going the right... I think it's... yeah, I'm meant to be going this way.
Ha. Oh. Oh.
Hey, a chest.
Hey.
Kalu is watching Z right now. Ah, is he now? Oh, maybe I should go watch Z. Oh my goodness, hang on. Cure.
Hey. Ha. Ha. Hey. Ha. Hey. Yeah. Ha. So long. Oh. Yeah. Fine. Right. Heal. Oh. Take this. Hey. Yeah.
There we go.
There. Hey.
Oh my god, why is there so many of them? And why are they so strong?
Fuck.
Alright, let's do some hacking. Transport.
Hey. Yeah. Ha. Light.
Yay, Spark
Yeah.
doesn't do anything in this regard. Jesus Christ. You are terrible at those that are not on my level. Alright, open this. Yay, another potion. Really doesn't mean anything. Ready to go? Yes. I don't know where this is taking me. Almost 1 o'clock for Hendrix, almost 3 a.m. for furries. You can't grab him by that handle. He's a child. Yeah, no, can't. Okay.
Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Here. Hey. Ha. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah.
There we go. Open this.
Yeah. Hey. Ha. Take this. Yeah. Ha.
Ah, I ran into an explosion. That wasn't how this works. Alrighty, let's try this again. Let me move my water aside. I thought I was going to take a sip, but turns that's not what's happening.
Yeah. 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 Oh. Hey. Hey. Ha. Ha. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. 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 Ha. Ha.
Alright, let's see what this does. Moving spark again. There we go. Just fucking de-reses them.
Elaine Nezak thinks you should do 20 squats.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Right after this fight.
Bo
Ow.
Musky Dog has added quote number 278. I ran into an explosion. That's not how this works.
Oh, I need to double check. Did... Yes! Great news. The quoting system is working again.
Yeah. Hey.
So not only did it add the quote, but it added the it added it into the Discords via the webhook. So now the Whatsamahuzi is being updated at the correct time and such. All right, let me do my 20 squats. Here we go. One, 2, 3.
Quote 269. Sharks are okay as long as you aren't bleeding.
Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Quote 107. I just want my dick sucked. Is that too
12.
much to ask?
13.
Quote 134.
14.
Plus I have a huge dick.
15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Oh. That doesn't look right. Has had to do squat redeem count times this. That doesn't look correct. Hang on a second. How often has it been doing the thingy-majiggy incorrectly? Hold on. My robot isn't saying the right things. You're saving up points. You said that at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, alright, hang on. I tried adjusting the squat redeem, like, so it was a little bit... Alright, squat alert. Does it by default. Sets the argument squat redeem count to 20, which is what we want. You get the temporary global... And it's based off of essentially the value you store it to a global, or you can specify a default value is not found. All right, let me do 20. Increase increment by squat redeem count, which should be should be increased by 20. And then it does the delay. Has had to squat. And then it does the squat count. So that should be correct. All right, hang on a second. Hopefully I get... It's in the action history now. Why is stream start alert doubled? That makes no sense. All right, hang on. Squat alert. Requeue.
Urani Nezak thinks you should do 20 squats.
And then, so it does the notification. You do your squats with weights on your legs now? Oh, Jesus, that's a... I don't know if I could do that, Bone. Okay, I seem to have broken my squat redeem. All right, increase by either an argument to a value or a global variable from an argument or to a value specified to an increment of 20. I should have done it like that. And then hit the save. Action queue. Requeue that.
Urani Nezak thinks you should do % squat redeem count % squats.
Oh, I forgot to change the... Wait, so how come she's saying the 20 thing correctly? But... Grants has had to squat. Squat times... Oh, God. Action... Why do things not work for me? Alright, hang on. Log, sounds, system, timers, voice control, Discord, Medi. Where is... Yep, we're doing this. I broke my, get around number, pick, argument, set argument. Will allow you to set the value of an argument. These are the variables you use in other sub-actions. Values can be of a fixed value or a parse value using variables and other... Hang on. Squat redeem count. Squat redeem count 20. So temporarily set with a default value of 20. Increase by squat redeem count. So we're increasing it by percentile. And then female voice. Things you should do, squat redeem count. I need to do like an exclamation. That's like putting weights on your biceps while doing bicep curls. Oh, you guys are still arguing about how Bone Mask does their squats with weights on. But yeah, that's one. Actually, that's one of the things I like. One of the ideas I had for. Oh my god, did I accidentally like break my left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left. Cool. All right, so I fixed the thingy-majiggy. One of the things I've put on my throne is a few exercise thingy-majiggies, or I say like some exercise thingy-majiggies, but not really a lot. Hi there, Kahlua. Are you going to drop an anvil on my head, thinking that's going to make for some good TikTok? You are, aren't you? Aw, thank you. Okay, I was worried you were... And here's a cookie for Kahlua. Okay, cool. Thank you, Hendrix, for just making it more apparent that I have nice titties by turning on the himbo cam. But yeah, so I put on my throne like maybe one or two exercise thingy-majiggies. So I have like the Nintendo Switch exercise thingy, and then I've got some resistance bands. I went for a pack of 5 resistance bands because I was looking at the price of kettlebells, and they're expensive. And I didn't want to get like a cast iron kettlebell because I live in an apartment. I was thinking of like maybe one of the... But yeah, so... If you guys have any suggestions of like what would be really good, like, you know, exercise thingy-majiggies, drop it. Like, I think I have a suggestion button over on the... Ow, thank you, Hendrix. On the, like, you'll find it on like the left side of Throne. So you can throw suggestions there. The only, like, there's only been like one suggestion so far. And that was for Twinkies, which I kind of had to, like, I looked at it and was like, oh, this is on the, like, this wasn't on the Australian Amazon. It was on the American Amazon, which would have made the shipping costs, like, way too expensive, and I had to say no to that one. But, yeah, if you have any suggestions for gift ideas and what have you, drop them in there. I also need to get a new mouse pad, but I don't know what kind of mouse pad to get, because I know at some point I'm going to have to present what my desk looks like. Thank you for the hyper himbo. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Is everyone just hitting the himbo cam because they want to look at my tits? S-A 4 R-A start transport. Everyone is on the titties, yes. You count your whole hips and ass as your legs? That is a weird way to... Like, what? Hang on. What? What? Confused. Alright. Nose. Excuse me. Sniffles. Alrighty. Oh, hello. Also, I just realized I don't have my,
Heal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I needed to swap out Cypher because he wasn't useful at all in terms of
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Fine.
There we go. My god, that guy was a pain to fight against.
Ha.
Cool.
There.
And use the spark while I can. You have to remember that you count. Yeah, you count your whole. You count the leg, including your hips and ass. I don't count the hips and the ass to my leg, because that's the pelvic region. That's not the leg region. Like, if I told someone, oh, my leg is sore, and they're like, oh, what part of your leg? And I pointed to my ass, that's not my leg that's sore. That's my ass that is sore. Okay, you're done now. You gotta sleep. Good night, everyone. Not to worry, Hendrix. Thank you for coming along. Oh, it's Rinsler! Or Rizzler, or whatever the fuck. Man, this game has not aged well, because we now have, like, unspoken Riz as a fucking meme, where, like, you do the thing where it's like, you know, you're looking... Hang on, let me zoom in. You're looking away, and then you pull off, like, this, like, you know... Hang on, let me see if I can do it. I can't... Okay, I don't have the thingy-madiggy that... I don't have Scribbly's, like, you know, thingy-madiggy set up as a proper expression on a hotkey, but you do, like, this, you know, it's like the unspoken Riz, where it's, and you have the sound of, like, Sin City wasn't made for you, or something. It really fucking weird. Point it, but it's still funny a little bit anytime I see it on TikTok once in a while. But yeah, Rizzler.
Look at that boy's weapon. It's different.
But it's something you programmed, right, Dad?
No.
No, Sam. No, I've never seen it.
And it's not Twizzler, it's Rizzler. Oh, we're not even fighting? Oh, he's gonna be a boss, no doubt.
What was that?
Most likely is going to be a boss.
Hey, that weapon. Can I see it?
Oh wait, Bone, did you do a squat redeem and I missed it? Yes, you did do a bone. You did do a squat redeem and I missed it. Shit. I also need to create a command of like being able to like check a variable and set a variable. All right, hang on a sec. I need to do 20 more squats. Also, did it even like properly check its thing when it did the... This had to do... Nope, the squat redeem... So the squat count is currently broken right now. I have to like... I just have to remember that this is the third time I'm gonna have to do my squats. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Bone. Oh my. It is possible, and in some cases, that you work both your hamstrings and your glutes at the same time in a singular workout. There's a number of exercises which actually train both muscle groups at the same time. They include hip thrusts and deadlifts. Okay.
This is just incredible. What a program. The weapon and the wielder.
Program? Not me.
He's a user.
This is called a Keyblade, and I'm Sora.
I'm Sam.
So this is like Tron's world, right?
You know Tron.
Yeah. I've met him and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was back in Kingdom Hearts 2.
What? That was Tron?
Tron used to be a good friend. Together, we created this place, the grid. It was something, man.
A digital
Then
frontier.
Clue staged a coup. I was exiled, and Tron wound up getting de-rezzed. Or so I thought. Clue made him into a new program called Rinsler. That's the thing about programs. Mess with the code just a little, and their whole nature and memory can change.
Neat.
But that's horrible.
Oh, no, horrible. That's the word I should have used. Horrible.
Most of this is over my head.
It's uncalled
But
for.
both Tron and this world do seem pretty different. Still, if that's really the Tron I know, we should change him back.
Bingo. And now you're up to speed. If we're lucky, Clue kept a backup of Tron's source code. He's a program, after all. He'd be methodical like that.
Uh-huh.
So, if we get Tron's source code back from Clue,
Also, I
we
need
can put him back
to
normal,
I need to get a
right?
list of things
That's the idea.
that I need to have as like my
Thanks, mister.
drinking game while I'm playing
Where are you going?
Kingdom Hearts
I'm going
3
after
is
Clue.
oh,
Do you even
if
know where
Kingdom
he is?
Hearts is
Nope, no
referenced,
idea.
take a sip.
Strange user.
If they say they are
Nothing like
nobody
Flynn or
or that they
Sam.
have no soul, take a
Come
sip.
on, Sora. I'll
I
show
need
you
to
the
I need
way.
to get a list of like fun little thingies to have of like I gotta take
We
I
have
gotta
to
take a
keep
sip
moving.
of booze or something.
Yeah.
If they say
What are you gonna do if
Keyblade,
Rinsler attacks
are you
again?
saying Keyblade or Key the weird
we're in a
X
hurry,
blade?
We have to take care of Rinsler first.
The two of us can handle him.
Take a drink every time someone mentions a lucky emblem. A lucky emblem?
All right. Do what you can. Maybe you.
I didn't know a
Sora
lucky
can
emblem was.
help.
All right. Definitely
Yeah,
gonna need to make a
no.
thread in the Discord of like,
Relax,
yes,
Sam.
these things.
I have a feeling
And then,
Sora
or just
is
keep a
someone
personal
you
note.
trust. Now you and me need to press on.
Okay.
It's a good place to find ingredients.
Cora.
Okay, so these are obviously, so some of those are obviously like unique to Kingdom Hearts 3, and I have no context to it.
All right.
I'd prefer
you
not
and
to
me.
get ones that give me severe
ready,
alcohol
Sora?
poisoning.
Yeah, let's do this, Cora.
Clue should be at the helm of his battleship, the Rectifier. We can get there with a solar sailor from the underground docks.
No, Chimera, not the Cactuar again!
What's this? A keyblade.
And I just realized that arguments global set squat redeem count value 20. Wait, hang on. Am I? No, I'm not doing this correctly. I've broken the command. So I need to get the. So there's the squat redeem count. To squat. To thingy-majiggy increment the total squat count by argument. Set the much like value increment by the amount specified. If empty or invalid, defaults to 1. Okay, I'm just gonna go with. You know what? I'm just gonna return back to the classic. Just typing in the number. I'm just gonna go back to the classic, like, you know, just set the number. Hang on a sec. I fucked it up. Set argument. Squat redeem count 20. Alright, so set to 20, increase by 20. That way I don't have to go into this thingy-madiggy. And then I'm delaying to a certain value, and then it's doing the hide, and it's saying I've had to squat this many times. Yeah, I've broken that squat. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna go back into my action queue. Oh, there's a raid! Hi, Hawaiian Pizza. I didn't know you streamed. Hello there. Welcome to the stream. Awesome. Actually, I also need to fix that, like, raid, thingy-majiggy. Give me a moment, because that whole, like, sending a message afterwards of, like, oh, hey, like, you wanna, you know, quick, like, you know, thank you, like, you know, whatever for raiding and stuff. It's like, I shouldn't have that anymore, because it's not applicable anymore. All right. Gotta do my zoom in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is Grant. I am a variety furry streamer who goes through either new games or my backlog. And today, I'm going through... Right now, it's a blank screen that's saying Counter Rush. It is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. All right. Now I need to go back to the thingy-majiggy I wanted to do, which was... Where is it? Squat alert. Here we go. Requeue that squat alert.
Bone Maska Dog thinks you should do % squat redeem count % squats.
Yep, I've broken the squat redeem. This is gonna be fun. So. Oh, at least it now gets it done properly. Now it's saying like 20 times, so it's probably gonna, you know, take however many times to do it. Alrighty then.
Bonker.
Ow. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is hard. 8, 9, 10. Halfway there. 11, 12, 13. Actually, no, I kind of twisted my hips there. I need to do it again. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the head pats. Thank you for throwing shit at me while I was in the middle of squats. Hi there, Masonic. Welcome to the stream. Alright. So that's another thing I'm gonna have to fix, is the squat redeems after this. I'm always breaking shit between streams. Counter Rush and Counter R are counter attacks used after blocking an enemy attack. Press X after a successful block. Cool. I saw you got like a real... You didn't do too high in the cute rating, but you did fairly alright with your himbo rate. Wait, where is your himbo rating? Bone Mass was that. Chimera is 45% himbo. Where is Masonic? That's Masonic's cute rating. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. 87% himbo. It was right after Bone threatened to steal my femur again. Alright, save this real quick, because, oh my goodness, I don't want to have to deal with that fighting again. Alright, so where am I going? Here? Yep, we're heading to the docks. For some reason. Board the Solar Sailor and go after Clue's thingy. Cool.
yeah, hey, ha! Yeah, take this! Hey! Fire! Yeah, yeah! Yeah! Hey, yeah, ha!
Bone Musky Dog has added quote number 279. It was right after Bone threatened to steal my femur again.
So yeah, at least I got the quote system working properly so that the webhook goes into my my Discord correctly. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, take this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. Together.
Yeah! Just fucking explode everything with a comment. That's cool. Alright, so I need to enter the solar sailor over there. Awesome.
Ha, ha. Oh. Yeah, hey, ha. Hey. Oh, oh.
Alright, use that to... Alright, examine. Yep, we're boarding the solar sailor. Thank you for the hug, Masonic. I appreciate it. Alrighty.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, ha. Yeah.
Ow. Why you gotta throw shit at me, Chimera? Ow. You could be like, you know,
Yeah.
sitting here chatting.
Yeah. Oh. Ha.
Okay, where the fuck am I going? Oh, there we go.
Hey, yeah. Light. Ha, hey, ha. Hey, yeah, ha.
There we go.
Ha. Go on. Ha. There. Ha ha.
There we go. Chump blockade. Alrighty, and then... Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, what's the... Oh,
Yeah. He's hot.
there we go. I hate turrets with no, like... Auto-destruct. You've done nothing wrong. You've thrown shit at me. That's all the shit you can do. Alright, alright, so no reason going there. And then we have all this shit. I guess we're going this way? Yes, we are. Oh, at least there's chests I can open.
Ha. Oh. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I have to be, like, down here. Why can't I cross it while I'm up in the air? What do I need, Bone? Do I need to do another 20 squats? Is that it? Where the fuck am I?
Nothing. Yeah.
Thank you for the nut.
Yeah. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. 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 Ha. Yeah. 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 Ha. Yeah. Ha. Fire. Yeah.
Alright, open this. Come on, let me open it. There we go.
Ha. Ha.
Hey, it's a drop me knot. Can I just use the drop me knot from within here, though? Hey, that's a good Keyblade. I should have swapped to that sooner. There must be a means for me to be able to just go into my stock and then just grab, you know, any of my items and just use it there. So... Spirit's Love, boosts magic and changes its disposition. That's all training stuff. Why? Oh, I can... Alright, Alright, so now I can do create that stuns some surrounding enemies that will drain HP. That's a cool one. And then Sora is the only one that can have it. Alright, I'm gonna swap to the drop me not. There we go. So that basically fills up the thingy-majiggy by full. Sorry, I'm just like... I'm sweating a lot for some reason. Alright, so we're gonna swap this over to... Oh, I got a stronger cure variant. Okay, put you in there. And then... What's Time Bomb? Turn near into ticking bombs. When they go off, they will damage surrounding enemies. Yeah, let's put Time Bomb there. Sora and Riku. Okay, so we got aerial recovery. And then we got the air slide. There we go. Alright, so the block will now be counter rush. Sonic impact.
Bowmaster Dog has added quote number 280. I'm sweating a lot for some reason.
Hang on a sec. I gotta remove some of this nonsense because it's like all over the place. So I'm gonna put the block here, and then the count. So then that way, like, because that's jump. Like that should really be at the top. And then we got air slide here. Press square while air sliding to perform a charging attack that sends enemies flying. And then that's air slide.
Yeah. Ha.
Awesome. And then open this. Land at least 10 attacks while linked. Okay. That sucks. I'm not doing that. Let's hit the continue. That was a waste of fucking time. Infiltrate the throne ship and rescue Tron. Cool. How do I do that? And what's more is I probably have to redo my thingy-majiggy. Yes, I do. There we go. Alright, so that thing is blocked. No, I keep pressing spirits when I just want to update this deck. Alright, I'm just gonna remove all this shit, and then we're gonna start from the beginning. So, first off, we're gonna do the Drain Drive, and then we're gonna have a Strike Raid, and then we're gonna have a Fira, the Spark, the Sleepra.
Bowmaster Dog wanted me to say, do you know what else sucks? Little old me?
Yes. An absolute menace. Alright, and then I need to get rid of all use. There we go. Alright, so here we're going to put in the block, which turns into a counter rush. We're going to put in the dodge roll. We're going to put in the sonic impact, which we can't really turn into anything else. And then the air slide, which we can't turn into anything else. Alright. Oh, aerial recovery. Okay, I'll put you... Aerial recovery will go here. Sonic impact will go there. Dodge roll will go here. How am I meant to infiltrate this thing?
Yeah. Oh. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Ha.
Alright, let's try and hack this.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Fine. There. Hey, yeah, yeah, light.
There we go, and then that's everything. Good. Jump. Jump over this, open this. Oh, it's just another potion. God damn it.
Yeah.
Am I going the right way? Like, this layout is ambitious, but
Hey, yeah.
maybe a little too ambitious.
Take this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's hot.
Moving spark. There we go. Oh, this is painful.
Hey, hey, yeah, ha. Ha ha. Ha.
Oh, that was cool, the drain drive.
Hey, hey, yeah, ha. Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
Imagine the Zeebs as a dream eater. Yeah, there's like horses and shit in this, right? So there might be a zebra somewhere. I don't 100% know. I have not been paying attention to this game with the fullest of abilities.
yeah. Oh, oh. Hey, yeah, fine. Hey, hey, yeah, ha. Hey, yeah, hey, light. Yeah, yeah. Hey, take this. Here.
There we go. Cure myself real quick.
Ha, ha. Ha, ha. There.
Yeah, that was unintended.
Yeah, yeah. Ha.
Chaos can't say it or deny it. Alright, there's most likely a zebra because this game needs to use animals.
Ha, ha. Yeah, yeah. Ha, ha. Hey, hey, ha. So long. Hey, yeah. There.
There we go.
There. So long. Back off. So long.
Yeah, hit the pandas.
Ha. Fine.
I need to see what it takes to make these pandas, by the by. Because I definitely feel like I'm going to need these pandas. Alright, let's hack this.
Hello.
Hello! Who said hello? Bone did. What if I were to draw you as a heartless? Oh, please don't. I don't want to be heartless. Yes, I am ready to go to wherever this thing is taking me. Hopefully somewhere useful. Hopefully this takes me where I need to go. I'm gonna be a little upsetties if it doesn't. Excuse me. Work's been work. I can't, like, you know,
Yes.
I don't know. Something about work's just not grabbing my attention like it used to. Like, I'll still do the work and what have you, but I don't know. My brain is just, you know, having a real fun time. Is there really no exits? Yes. Put me back. Too late. You're early drawing him as a heartless. Ah, goddammit, furries. Ah, no. I'm getting hit with fan art. Oh, no. That's not a problem. Alright, where the F am I going? Nope, that's the wrong way. Unless... Nope, okay, I think I'm going the right way. Nope, this is the wrong way still. What the fuck is this place?
Heal. Back off.
Stop putting me in gravity, please. Stop! That is not fun anymore!
Ha-ha! Fire! Light! Hey, ha, ha! Yeah, take this! Hey, yeah, yeah! Ha! Hey, yeah, ha! Yeah! Heal! Hey, ha! Yeah, hey, yeah, ha! Ha!
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Alright, hit that save. Oh my god. That was pain. You doing alright? Oh, thank you. Cookie for Chaos! Thank you, Chaos, for the hugs. I do appreciate it. Check out your new items. Can be used to restore small and reset drop speed. Ah! Of course you had to drop shit on me. Oh, cool. I do not have these. Fin Fatale. Alrighty, cool. So that was a lot of cool stuff. Can I sell anything? I can sell a few things, but probably nothing I want to actually sell, because I still need to use a lot of these things. Alrighty. Actually, let's see if I can make a spirit. Can I make the bear? The forecast bonus is maximum HP is increased. Roly-poly Dream Eater loves to sleep, and so will its opponents get its lamb chops. Oh, they're different ranks as well. Can I make the bear? Nope, I need a vibrant fancy. Damn it. I can make a wheel flower. I can make Katanuki. Oh, so I can make a lot of E's, but alright. These easygoing will still know how to play hardball while you're snoozing. It's poison and confusion they're oozing. Will be grayed out if you do not have enough. Okay, I don't... Ooh, but I can pet them. Okay, I want to pet you. Let me pet you. There we go. Yay, you're a scrapper. Give you a nice little petties. There we go. Oh, it looked like he was about to sneeze. Alright, let's give you some petties. Alright, I think you like it on the wings, though. There we go, and then you, we'll give you some petties. There we go. Pets! Pets for the pets! There we are. There we go. Alrighty. Ability links. Let's have a look. So... Yep, I can get a magic boost. Grants fire screen. Fire boost. And that's about it. Alright, this guy, however... Fire screen. Defense boost. Link with this 0 more times. Yeah, I can do that. Awesome. Combo plus, I have not yet unlocked. What's this? Causes a reaction on the ability link board. A secret route has been opened. Oh, that's cool. Grants you the poison block. Awesome. You're a cool little thing. Alright. This gives us magic haste. Link with the spirit 0 more times. 0 Gravia. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, so we're gonna grab the 0 Gravia first. And then we'll activate the magic haste. So, yeah. And then I can update my, Okay, I've already done the ability links. Alright, so these are abilities that have been kept permanent, I believe. So health boost has been doubled, like hit twice. Fire boost has been hit twice. Hang on, what is... Only smooches and cuddles. Yeah, but I did it out of love. How is beating someone in the head with an anvil love? He knows I love him. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you're here. Out of love. Alright, magic haste has been, like, you know, put in 3 times. Attack haste has only been once. Attack boost once. Magic boost twice. Different kinds of screens. We now have the confusion block, poison, slow, and sleep done. And then leap prevents you from taking damage while using cure and is available from the roly-poly spirit. Spirits, change party. This guy, so he's got like 44 link points. You got 29. 16, 17, and 17. You're level 11. 12, so 15, 19, and 12. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna change you from the bat, because this guy should be a little bit better. Yeah, because this guy has, like, Cura, Spark, Attack Haste. I could get Leaf Bracer somehow. This can give me... So yeah, there's a potential... There's more things I can get from this guy if I, you know, do his levels and such. So yeah, look at this. Watch this. Watch this guy. Oh, he doesn't like it on the thingy. Alright, let's... There we go. We're doing it on his butt. There we go. Just gotta hit him on the butt. Yay! He's been changed to Sidekick. You done with the art? Oh, that's cool. No, he doesn't like it on the back. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god, he's giving me licks! Look at him! Look at the boofer! Excellent. Alright, menu. Ability links. Let's have a look. Can we do anything with his ability links? Yes, 50 points, and we can put him into... We can get it into the slow, which I think is... Yep, that's still worthwhile. And then... So yeah, so Leaf Bracer is 300. So that's going to be a bit of a task, but I don't think it's going to be too hard. And then... Alright, so... I'm going to change from Sleepra to Zero Gravia. Let's see, can I do any... And then, yep, gonna keep to those. So yeah, a lot of cool shit. Alright. Okay, so we need to go up. Up we go. Yeah, excuse me. How is making someone squats love? I didn't say making squats was love. That's your opinion. That's not mine.
It's not here. Maybe Clue has it with him. Sora, let's look elsewhere.
All right.
Huh? When's the boss battle?
Wait, Cora. Let me talk to Rinsler. A little heart-to-heart might jog his memory.
He's a program, Sora. Programs don't have hearts.
That's not true. I remember he had something. Hey, you used to be called
stretching
Tron,
once more.
Right? Clue did something to you to mess with your memory. You're a little confused, but that's okay. Come on, remember, Tron.
I don't think Tron wants to remember. Also, hands. Come on, there we go.
I don't think Rinsler is quite the friend you remember.
He just needs time. That's all. Cora! Tron, don't! Tron.
Masonic 1776 wanted me to say, Grant, do you like butt rubs?
I don't know. I don't think I do.
Or in your case.
I don't, yeah, I don't think I do.
Hearts?
Not you again!
The memory and heart are tightly linked.
Yeah, I barely remember. Oh, Xaminus, there we go.
Memories together, and you get a spark of emotion, a feeling.
Wait, didn't we defeat him back in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Memory does not work like that. Nothing is ever felt. You can hold 1,000, 1,000,000 times the information, but there is still no heart with which to parse it.
Oh my god.
Once.
I'm just gonna, hang on, I'm gonna start, like, taking notes right now. Hang on, I'm gonna open up, Atom. Alright, so, why is my notes taking so long to load? Alright, first things first. Open up my, Twitch resource thingy-majiggy. There we go. Select that folder. We're gonna start a new file. Alright, close this. Alright, keep this open. Alright, so. File, new file. Alright, so Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. You guys want to see what it is I'm writing? Alright, here we go. Actually, you know what would be cooler is if I left this and then I did a, and then I'm gonna add a window
Bone
capture.
Master Dog thinks you should do %squat redeem count %squats.
Yep, I broke it. Alrighty, and it's gonna be of the Atom. Yep. Cool. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna shrink you down. You're gonna come into here. Alright, so I just realized you guys can barely see that. Like, properties, hang on. Capture method is automatic. Match title. Client area. Control E. Reset. There we go. So I'm just gonna move you over there. Alright. So, Kingdom Hearts drinking. So mentions of hearts. No soul, nobody. Kingdom Hearts. What else? Zeta Flare, I think was something Donald was saying, or Zen Flare? That's not the same VI as in the movies. Oh yeah, Keyblade. Keyblade. And then the phrase Zeta Flare. Okay, Zeta. Wait, is it Zeta or Zeta? And then and I'm gonna have it as a thing of like, oh, if Zora greets someone for the first time, it's like, yep, that's gonna happen way too often. Way too fucking often. Princesses? Okay, I'll remember princesses. Alright, so mentions of, and then princess is of heart. There we go. Little chef. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna save this as drinking rules.txt. There we go. Switch that off. Switch that off and hit continue.
My master Ansem found an old system and made a copy of its master control program and used it to serve his own ends. This is the original data of that system. Here, data can be copied. Memory can be changed and easily manipulated. Tron is a digital entity, So why would he be any different? He obeys the rules of this world. Sora, what about you?
I hate you.
Your heart, memories, your data, and your dreams.
Didn't we watch like Recoded or something like that, where basically we already know about the whole Data-esque Sora and that he's valid of being called Sora?
They are not just copies of someone else's.
Yes! My memories and feelings belong to me.
You had better check. Make certain the box's contents match what's on the label. Since you have been chosen.
Chosen for what?
You think this is the realm of dreams, but there you are mistaken. Data does not dream, cannot dream. This world is real. You haven't the slightest idea where you are.
I'm in Tron's world. Better do it with less alcoholic drinks. I'll most likely have like sodas and, you know, rum and cokes.
What do you mean?
It's not like I'm gonna take a shot of bourbon or something. It's the games!
What in the world?
Combatant 13 versus Rinsler.
Greetings, Sora. I've been waiting.
Who are you?
I am Clue.
So it was you. You're the guy who turned Tron into Rinsler.
Correct.
Why did he call him Rinsler? Like, what is the point of such a name? That was fucking dumb.
Yes. Under the right parameters, I might.
Huh?
You have a little item called a Keyblade. It can open any lock, isn't that right? Hand it over, and I'll change Rinsler back into Tron.
That's not how Keyblades work.
The Keyblade?
Oh, I forgot to swap to the magic in-focused one.
This is what lights the darkness. A chance to make everyone happy.
Ha! Flawed reasoning. I'll have to take it by force.
Fuck him up!
Tron, why can't I get through to you?
Fight, Sora!
Cora! You're okay! I can't believe it!
Yes, I think Tron heard you. Long enough for me to escape. You can do it! You can get through to him!
Can I, though?
Sora! You have to fight him!
But, Cora, how can I...
You have that key. It will bring him to his senses.
I'll try! Let's go, Tron!
Alright, here we go. Let's whack this CPU.
Hey!
Nope, fuck you. It's meant to be me that's doing the whacking.
Yeah! 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 Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Hey! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Back off! Yeah! Here!
Oh, he's changing the gravity. That's unfair.
Together!
Alright, let me just throw a fucking comet at him. I just love how I'm just standing on this comet. That better have done damage.
Back off! Fine! Light! Drip! Here! Ha-ha! Yeah! Hey! Yeah! 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 Ha!
I can hack him.
Bone Musky Dog has added quote number 281. Let me just throw a comet at him.
Disgenerate. There we go.
Yeah. There. Fire. Light. Yeah. Ha.
Tatsu the Bun Bun, thank you for the follow. I'm guessing you came over from Davi's stream where he's playing Watsumuhuzi. Ow. Stop hurting me, please.
Let's go.
Start whacking. Come on.
Yeah. Back off. Yeah. Back off. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Fire. Light.
Damn it. You got their massive pectoral muscles and I had to see them for myself? Yes. I got the pecs, aka the titties, aka the boobs, aka the pecs, aka the muscles, the pillows, aka that's the most I can think of right now. Moobs, yes, that's another one. Moobs. Bim, 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 bim. Oh, is he recognizing me from Kingdom Hearts 2? What the fuck am I doing right now? The only Kingdom Hearts you've played is 1? So, throughout my stream, I've gone through Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, only the Sora side, because fuck playing that game again because of its card system. I watched the Kingdom Hearts 358 divided by 2. Then I went through Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, and now I'm going through Kingdom Hearts, Watsumuhuzi, Kingdom Hearts, Dream Drop Distance, that's it.
I'll deal with you later. I have to retrieve Rinsler.
Sad music. Apparently we have to feel sad.
He reached for my hand. Tron is still in there.
You and that key have a special power.
So do you. Power to make me see it.
So, does that mean we're friends?
Of course.
Couldn't really care too much about her as a friend, but sure,
What if
okay.
my memories aren't my own?
Oh my god, are we having an
No.
existential crisis right
I
now?
gotta be like Tron. Maybe we're walking the wrong path, but our hearts will lead us back to the truth.
Pew. Yay! Dual disc provides extra boost in strength and makes it easier to land critical hits. Awesome. Now I need to like get through like the Riku side of things. I've unlocked the Flick Rush Digital Cup. All right, and then I need to do Prankster's Paradise. How many more circles are there? I can see. Let's see. There's 1, 2. Is there like 3 more circles? I feel like there's like 3 more circles to go through. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Pop 150 balloons before time runs out. Alrighty.
Here we go.
One. Oh, I don't want to rush through these. Okay. I thought I had to hit them.
Here we go. Yeah. Faster. Yeah.
Oh, these ones move now.
Ha. Ha. Yeah. 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 Faster. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ha. Yeah. Back off. Faster. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Faster. Faster. Back off. Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah.
Yay, completed the thingy-majiggies in 36 seconds.
Yeah. Faster.
Did it! Yeah, Sora's hair has always been that pointy. It's a little bit weirdy. Hey, I got an achievement. Complete a dive without taking damage. Okay, that was a really easy one to do in a thing like this. Balloonra. Awesome. That's the evolved form of balloon, I imagine.
Wow.
Wow. Wait, this is the Pinocchio place where everyone got turned into a donkey, wasn't it? Prankster's Paradise. I feel like, yeah, this is the one where, like, kids were, like, drinking beer and smoking cigars, and as they were doing this and playing pool and what have you, they, like, turned into donkeys or something.
Still, that little fella's some miracle. Imagine, Mr. Geppetto's wooden puppet brought to life by the Blue Fairy. She made his wish for a son come true because he's given so much happiness to others. Now Pinocchio needs me to guide him and be his conscience. So maybe one day he can be a real... Well, now, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Jiminy.
Isn't he, like, one of our regular companions? Like...
Pinocchio.
Huh? Hey,
Like-
Jiminy. What's up?
Oh, this is dreams. I forgot. We're
Who are
in
you?
people's dreams, so really this isn't, like...
Be here, young man.
What? Are you okay, Jiminy?
Yeah, he doesn't know who we are because this is not our Jiminy. This is someone else's.
The name Jiminy Cricket's already spread far and wide.
Really? You feeling all right? It's me, Sora.
Sora, you say? Gosh, I don't think I recognize you, but the name does have a familiar ring.
Does it now?
Oh, yeah.
When worlds dream. Hey, I'm not stinky.
In the sleeping worlds, real time does not flow.
Oh, it doesn't? How the
Unless
fuck does it
one
work?
restores the world by waking it from its slumber, it will stay locked in a dream forever. Thus, you may encounter familiar faces, but they are just figments of the dream. In actuality, they are sound asleep, trapped within a world that is also sleeping. What's more, whilst someone may no longer dwell in the real version of a world, dreams may paint a fuller picture and restore what seems to be missing.
Okay. I
The real
kind
Jiminy
of follow.
Cricket wasn't trapped in this world, so maybe.
Thank you for the
it's like
sombrero.
the dream world's putting him back where he belongs.
Hey, no. I just, my elbows, like when it's on like the leather arms, like of this
Very
chair,
nice to
like
meet
they
you,
felt
Jiminy.
sweaty.
Well, sure.
Not like the entirety of me.
Sora.
And besides, normally I go for showers, so, you know, I'm
So,
not
how come
stinky
you
all the
said I need
time.
to get out of here.
Also, some people aren't like, you know,
Still think we know each
you know,
other, and you've
abrasive
just
to
about
to other people's like sweat. Like amazing, like apparently, like biologically speaking, you know,
Oh, yes.
partners usually like each other's smells is the thing. So like that's an interesting thought, is like someone you're attracted to, like you kind of like their smell and what have you, like their old clothes and what have you. So
That's right.
there could be someone out there that likes that likes the sweat.
From my friend Pinocchio.
He knows me? But how?
Okay.
Shame on you, Pinocchio. Playing hooky and goofing off in a place like this.
I'm sorry, Jiminy. I was going to school till I met somebody. Yeah, two big monsters with big green eyes. Hmm?
Oh, cool.
Oh, you don't say. And then what happened?
They tied me in a big sack. Oh,
What?
Sounds like you were horsing around.
but I snuck off when they weren't looking. My nose! What's happened?
There. You see where those tall tales will get you?
But it's all true. Even the fella in the black clothes who said to play a trick on Sora.
What? Now who was he? I've had just about enough of your fibbing. Hold on. I guess that part was true. Tell me, Pinocchio, did that man in black say anything else to you?
He sure didn't.
Well, good.
Hey, look at that.
That star again. The blue fairy.
Wait, how did Pinocchio get his nose shrunk? I can't like, was it? Can't be because of telling the truth.
What has happened to your nose?
Oh,
He told a fib.
Perhaps you haven't been telling the truth, Pinocchio. Sir Jiminy?
Well, you see, Your Honor, Miss Fairy.
Oh, please help me. I'm awful sorry.
You see, Pinocchio, a lie keeps growing and growing until it's as plain as the nose on your face.
I'll never lie again. Honest, I won't.
I'll forgive you this.
I love how his nose didn't get bigger for that.
A boy who won't be good might just as well be made of wood.
We'll be good.
That is very,
Very well.
very
But
troubling.
this is the last time I can help you.
Ow, fucking flashbang.
That guy again.
Forget him. If I don't find Pinocchio, he'll turn into a donkey like the rest of the boys.
Right. Then let me help you find him, Jiminy.
Really? I'd be grateful. But how in the world do you know Pinocchio?
Oh, hey! Over there! I see him!
Gosh, that is Pinocchio.
All aboard,
Alright, time to
Jiminy.
chase after him.
Take it away!
You can ride trapped enemies and use them on other foes. Press A to burst the bubble and damage nearby foes. Use for a burst of speed and perform a super jump. Excellent. Alright.
Yeah, ha! Yeah, hey, yeah! Oh, hey, yeah, ha! Yeah, ha! Together!
Let me just throw a fucking comet. There we go.
Yeah.
That makes my life just a little bit easier.
Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Oh! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Oh! Ha! Ha! Hey! Yeah! Yeah! Ha!
Yay, bubble time. That was fun. I actually like that one. You were also joking about calling me sneaky. You gave this fight of liking your partner's smell. I don't know if it was 5 minutes, but like it was just a fun fact I learned. Yep. Whee! All right, let's see where it takes us. Okay, so nowhere special.
Pinocchio! There you are.
Wait, that's not Pinocchio.
It's not safe for you here. Listen
That's
to
a
Jiminy,
different
go back.
outfit.
Oh, hi! Dream
Yep,
Eaters.
thought so.
Only one way to solve this problem.
Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Why are you falling through the floor like that? Oh, god damn it, he vored me.
There. Yeah. Hey. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Fuck.
Fine.
Don't you dare vore me again.
Oh. Drift. Ha. Hey. Ha. Yeah. Yeah.
Yay, level 14.
Yeah. Ha. Hey. Ha. Hey. Yeah. Ha.
Alright, awesome. And now I can use this to roll them all up and burst it.
Yeah. Yeah. Heal. Back off. Hey. Yeah. 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 Ha.
Meow pounce!
Yeah. Musky Dog has added quote number 282. God damn it, he vid me.
He vid me. God damn. I was hoping the TTS bot could say vor correctly.
Those Dream Eaters were pretending to be Pinocchio. So, then where's the real Pinocchio?
Sora! Up there! Look at the top of that tower!
You're right. Come on, Jimmy.
It doesn't even bother with the RE. It just goes vert. It just goes vor.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so top of the tower next. Spin. Yeah, again, that's not our Pinocchio.
Gee, Pinocchio, how'd you manage to get up here?
It's not Pinocchio. It's a different... Called it. How do they not realize that it's like different color schemes and everything?
Another imposter.
Why do they make the Dream Eaters look cute? It's so then that way when they do like the Dream variant of Dream Eaters, they're cute, and then the Nightmare ones can be like, you know, mischievous or evil.
Let's go.
Because you just need to change a few colors and they're perfectly fine. Alright, outside the amusement park. Oh, we can go to the top of this thing. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah! I knew there was going to be something up here. Ooh, and it was the Blizzara.
Ha. Ha. Oh.
Open this.
Heal. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Ha. Back off.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Ha.
Yep, and right now my meter is like getting lower and lower. Alright, save real quick. So I should be up to level 4, yep, level 14 right now.
Yeah. 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 Fine. Hey. Ha. Ha.
Let's get rid of these fucking frogs.
Hey. Yeah. Light. Yeah. Drift. Just back off. Yeah. Yeah.
Yay! Wubba has leveled up.
Let's go.
Oh my god, it's a big Stompies. Where the fuck are we meant to go? Oh, there's a thingy-majiggy here. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. I can just edit this command and then change it from...
Yes.
There we go. Hey, Danny, you took my shirt. No pausing? I wasn't pausing. I was just... Alright, so we got a... Pleasure Circus does not sound like the right word to use here. Alright, so we must have been going this way to get out of the park? Hopefully so. Also, since I've done the, you know, drop me not, I can swap that back to Drain Drive. How is my party looking in terms of LP? Alright, so this guy hasn't gone up much higher. But you know what? I will just do a small increase there. Can't add anything new there. Okay, I can add you into there, giving me fire screen. Alright, let me give you little pets. There we go. There we go. Hopefully doing this isn't the only way I can get LP. I'm hoping there's other ways of getting LP. Because it at least gives him experience. Oh, and then I can just... Lol. I can just poke him for pets. That's great. So, yeah. I expect my shirt back in like 5 minutes, in Danny. Alrighty. Abilities. Alright, so I've got my different blocks. Confusion block is apparently the next thing I can unlock. Open this. Awesome. Rollin', rollin', rollin'.
Yeah, hey, ha. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, hey, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And I got an achievement for the bubble burster thing. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Back off. Yeah, yeah, ha. Yeah. Ha. Hey, ha, yeah. Back off. Yeah, yeah, ha.
Hey, leveled up again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. Yeah, yeah, fine. Yeah. Light.
Bing, bang, 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 boom, boom, bing. Got him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. Yeah. Drip. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, ha. Heal. Yeah, hey, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Got him.
Ha. Oh.
Rollin', rollin', rollin'. Alright, what's this one? Pull off at least 3 flow motions. Oh, easy. Easy done.
Ha. There. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. There. So long. Hey. Ha ha.
He's just like sliding across the ground.
Yeah, there. Fine. Light. Let's go.
Womp and stomp. Yeah. Got him. Just big stomper with a giant fucking buffer. Amazing. Just bonk. Finished. Yay. Clearly wasn't expecting me to be able to do that for that long.
So long. Drip. Hey.
Oh, weird fishes.
Hey. Ha. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, it's this guy again. Yeah, let's try and fight you again. You're on. Let's go. Let's go. You and me. Let's go. Damn it! I shouldn't have used my my link ability.
Heal. There. Fine. Light. Yeah. Yeah. So long. There. Drift. Hey. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. So long. Heal. Yeah. Back off. Hey.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Fine. Light. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Hey. Yeah. Ha. Drift. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And he just fucks off and disappears again. Cool. Thank you.
Heal.
At least I can link with these guys again.
Yeah. Hey. Ha. Back off.
Yay! Dink. Reality shifting once more. And I can't absorb him, annoyingly enough.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Ha. Back off.
Let's just strike rate him from all the way up here.
Yeah.
Alright, open this box. Alright, moving on.
Yeah.
Rolling. You don't think Pinocchio came this way? What? You just had me go through this entire fucking cave for nothing! Oh my god.
Yeah. 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 Ha. Fine. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
For nothing! Oh no, fuck you, bear.
Yeah.
Fuck you, panda bear.
Ha. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Light. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Ha. Yeah. Oh. Drift. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. 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 Heal. Yeah. 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 Hey. Ha. Ha ha. Back off. Yeah. Fine. Light. Hey.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
When people told me this was gonna have the combat similar to Birth by Sleep, I thought I was gonna be able to meld my commands and make new ones, but clearly that's not what happened here.
Ha. Ha. Heal. Oh. Oh. Hey. Ha. Back off. Yeah. Yeah. There. Fine. Yeah. Light. Drift. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Drift. Yeah. Ha. Ha.
Oh boy, come on. Break him. Awesome, I think I broke him.
Oh, oh, ha! Heal! Back off! Yeah, ha! Ha, yeah! Yeah, there! Fine! Light! Drip! Hey! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
Oh my god, this guy has big feet. That is absolutely hilarious. And I get myself a lot of cool stuff. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah!
I will be amazed if I'm getting up to a boss level soon.
Ha, yeah, yeah! Yeah, hey! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Yeah, yeah! Hey! Hey, heal! Yeah, hey! Ha! Ha! Hey! Yeah! Ha ha! Hey! Yeah! Oh! Come on! Yeah! Hey! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Oh, come on!
Gotcha. Alright. Alright, let me see if I can edit and get the drop me not working again.
Yes.
Yeah! Alright, rock and roll. And then back over onto drain drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, what's in here? Aerial slam! Oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Pull off at least 3 flow motions. Easy enough to do. Hey, thank you for the pie. Just need to hit these things as fast as now. Bam, 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 bam. Got him. Sorry if I'm not, like, extra chatty right now. This is what happens when I get into systems that are like, oh, they're not just, you know, easy grinds or whatever like that. It's like, I have to think about these things. There we go. So... But yeah. Plus, I'm not, like... I'm doing these at, like, the end of my day, where it's like I don't have, like, you know, a lot of, like, you know, chatty, talky things I want to do. Alright, is this the... Yep, this... Oh my god, what creepy fucking eyes. Why do you have to follow me?
Come on! Yeah! Ha! Come on! Yeah! Hey, here! Go on! Ha! Hey! Ha! Ha! Go on!
Not today.
Yeah!
Alrighty, there we go. And now we start rolling up on all the enemies. I think I'm going the wrong way again. Yeah, I think I'm going the wrong way. This way. Hey, a save. Alright, hang on a sec. Open this. And change my Keyblade, because I forgot to do that last time, for something with more strength. Alright, let's have a look at the command deck. Alright. Now, is the aerial slam only for Sora? No, it isn't. So we're going to swap from fire to aerial slam. And let's have a look at our ability links and see if there's anything we want to add. Defense boost, spark, and attack haste. All right, we're gonna go with the attack haste, so then that way we attack faster. We unlock the new command spark. Can't do anything with that. Grant's circle raid. Okay, that looks interesting to use. All right, let's give you a little bit of pets. There we go. Little bit of petties. Little bit of petties. Come on. Little bit of pets. No, come on. Okay, you don't like those pets. I don't know what kind of petting he likes now. There we go. A little bit of LP is good. And then let's give you a little bit of petting as well. There we go. Alright. Save this really quick. So we went from level 14 to level 17. There we go. Alrighty. Also, is there any advantage of hitting this thing? No, there isn't. I just thought it was weird that there was just a star hanging there. Gotta go to bed, buddy. Love you so much. Take care next time. Not to worry, Chaos. Thank you for coming to the stream. I greatly appreciate it. I'll probably be on for another half hour, and then I'll raid into someone else.
Help me, Jiminy! Oh, my stars above! We've got to do something!
Oh, no.
Okay, I got it covered.
Time to do something.
Open Oak, look at you!
Oh, he's got donkey ears
I
now.
think for now, you two better get out of here.
Take out the Dream Eaters. You can knock bouncing enemies away.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ha, hey. Yeah. Back off. Yeah, yeah, ha. There. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, ha, ha. Yeah. Go on. Oh. Ha, ha. Yeah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, hey, ha. Yeah, oh. Oh, come on. Here. Yeah, ha. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah, ha. Yeah, hey, ah. Ha, ha. Back off. Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, light. Drift. Here. Hey, yeah, yeah.
Why don't I have any of my,
Back off. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Oh.
Alright, there we go. Open this chest.
Yeah. Ha, yeah. Hey.
There. All done. Hopefully this is like the part where it's like, ah, yes, we've unlocked this world. Because that would be really nice, being able to like burst through these things in like, you know, sets of 2 or something like that on a stream. Because otherwise, oh, it's just going to be a pain.
You again?
Hello, you two.
Xemnas? This isn't possible.
My. A hollow puppet that's managed to grow a heart.
What the fuck?
Just imagine.
So wait, are we supposed to be here first and then
Pinocchio
going to the other
isn't anything
worlds?
like you nobodies. But if Pinocchio could be given one, shouldn't you be able to have a heart inside you too?
Maybe so. However, do not forget that you yourself are not so very different from us.
How am I anything like a nobody?
Well, to be fair,
doesn't
you
make
did
any
become a
sense.
nobody for a moment, didn't you? Like with Roxas and such? A glossary entry that discusses about nobodies. And the organization. Ah, yes, Kingdom Hearts 2. Let's get a rundown. Roxas wakes up in his room in Twilight Town after another strange dream. Only 7 days left in his summer vacation, and he would be spending them with his best friends. But strange things begin happening around him. White monsters called Dusks attack. A key-shaped sword called the Keyblade materialized in his hand. On the last day of his vacation, Roxas remembered who he really was and what he'd been trying to do. He found Sora sleeping in a pod and realized his summer vacation would have to end. With Roxas's demise, the last of Sora's memories returned to him, and he woke from a year of sleep. It was a joyful reunion with Donald and Goofy, who had struck by him all through his summer. Jiminy examined their journal, a record of their last journey, but it was blank except for a single phrase. Thank Namune. With King Mickey's guidance, the group found their way to the mysterious tower, whose master, the sorcerer Yen Sid, alerted them to a new threat. Nobodies. Who serve a group dressed in black coats known as Organization 13. And so it was that Sora, Donald, and Goofy set off on a new adventure. In Hollow Bastion, Sora was reunited with his old friends and learned that the Heartless were still causing trouble. While dealing with them and the Nobodies, Sora had his first encounter with the organization since waking. While chasing its members from world to world, he learned that Kairi has been kidnapped by the organization back in Twilight Town. On his second visit to Hollow Bastion, Sora and friends found themselves trapped inside a computer owned by Ansem the Wise. They repaired the program and returned to the real world, where they were finally reunited with King Mickey. And boy, did he have a surprise to share. It turned out that Ansem Sora had fought and defeated was not really Ansem at all. Ansem the Wise had an apprentice named Xehanort, who turned into a Heartless. This Heartless stole his master's name, Ansem, while the nobody that was created in the process, Xamnis, became the leader of the organization. During an epic battle with the Heartless, Sora finally got a glimpse of his new adversary. Sora searched for Kairi, brought him back to Twilight Town by using the alternative version of the town where Roxas spent his summer vacation. Sora and the others found a way into the realm of darkness. However, along the way, they were ambushed by a horde of Dusks. Axel, one of the organization members, came to rescue and sacrificed himself to protect Sora, who was, in a way, also his best friend Roxas. At last, Sora had reached Organization 13's home world, the world that never was. He infiltrated the castle, defeated Organization members in his wake, and finally found Kairi. He was also reunited with Riku, who had been transfigured into Ansem as a result of using the darkness within him. Thankfully, Riku's true form was restored. They met the real Ansem the Wise, who had assumed the name Diz. Damn it, I don't have the cyberpunk noise. Wait, no, yes I do. It's just in a different section. They met the real Ansem the Wise, who assumed the name Diz. Someone can edit that. And whose blind request for vengeance against his apprentice has betrayed him. They met the real Ansem the Wise. And whose blind quest for vengeance against the apprentices who had betrayed him had brought ruin to Roxas and countless others. Realizing the error of his ways, Ansem the Wise blew up the organization's Kingdom Heart as atonement, and was himself engulfed in the blast. Atop the castle, near what remained of Kingdom Hearts, Sora and the others confronted and defeated Xamnis. Namine opened a gateway home. Symbolically, she and Roxas accepted their place with Sora and Kairi, the people they had come from. Wait, how did Namine come from Kairi? As Sora and Riku tried to follow Kairi and the others out, the gate suddenly closed. Xamnis had survived, and Sora and Riku were flung into a final battle. They were able to dispatch Xamnis, but there was no escape from the realm of darkness. At the dark margin, they stayed aired out to sea, ready to give up. But then a letter in a bottle washed up. It was from Kairi. A door to the light appeared, leading them back to their home, the Destiny Islands, where all their friends were waiting. Not long after, Sora and Riku were watching the sunset when Kairi presented them with a letter she had found. Whatever was in the letter convinced the three of them their journey was not over. Okay, so Ansem the Wise is not the same, is the guy who trained Xehanort, who I think might have been Xehanort or Terra Xehanort at the time, or maybe an actual Xehanort. Either way, Xehanort took Ansem's name, or the Heartless Xehanort took on Ansem's name. So he's not Ansem the Wise, he's just Ansem. But then, when the Nobody was made, he didn't turn himself into X-Xehanort or something like that. He just turned himself into Xansem, basing it off of the Heartless name Ansem, not Ansem the Wise. God fucking damn it, Xehanort. Why couldn't you just, use your name? Use your fucking name, please. Don't just use your master's name. God, I am just so angry. The naming did not have to be difficult, and yet they made it difficult. Track down Pinocchio and Jimmy. All right, first off, was it back in here in the circus? No, it wasn't. Thank Christ. Alrighty.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm just skipping all these fuckers. Alrighty.
Well,
just
I hope they got home safe.
Hey, it's a star.
Mm-hmm.
You must be Sora.
Oh.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am. And you must be the Blue Fairy.
That's right. And I'm afraid that I have grave news. Good Geppetto
Oh,
went
no.
off to look for Pinocchio, and he was swallowed by a whale named Monstro.
Hey, I remember that.
Have you told Pinocchio and Jiminy about it yet?
Yes. And when I told them Geppetto was still alive inside the whale and at the bottom of the sea, those two little ones ran off at once. They're very determined to save him.
But that's crazy. I've got to find them.
In search of Monstro. Oh, I'm so sorry for being yawny. This is a...
Monstro? I've heard of him, Pinocchio.
I'm a sleepy
He's a
Zeebs.
whale of a whale. Why, he swallows whole ships alive. And besides, it's dangerous. Why,
Goodbye, Jiminy.
Just
Goodbye.
stammering all that time.
I may be live bait down there, but I'm with you.
Dream on, dream on, and then just fucking drops down. Alrighty, now I have to properly go to the bottom of the sea thingy-majiggy.
Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah. Ha. Ha. Ha.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. Oh, just... yeah, we're just breathing underwater like it's the Little Mermaid or something ridiculous.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Hey, we can do the bubble thing.
Yeah. Back off. Ha. Light. Yeah. Oh, drift. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Hey. Yeah. Ha.
Big stomps.
Ha! Hey! Ah! Back off! Yeah! Yeah! Ha-ha! Ha-ha! So long! Hey! Yeah! Yeah!
Time to use the drop me knots again.
Ah!
Drain drive, there we go.
Ha! Ha! There! Yeah! Hey! Ha-ha! There! Ha! Ha-ha! Yeah! Light! Yeah!
Come on.
Yeah! Yeah! Ha!
Yum.
Ha! Yeah! Oh.
Oh, cool. Was I meant to do it like that? I don't think so. I don't think they were expecting me to be able to move around like this. Please don't go too far. There we go. Open this big chest, and what do we get? Hey, we get 0 Gravia as well. All right. All right, and then through here. Hopefully this takes us to Monstro. Open this.
Ha! Yeah! Ha!
Wait, am I even going the right? No, I'm not.
Ha! Oh!
Oh my god. Just spiraling out of control. Okay, at least we can get to this. Where the fuck is he? Where is... What's my exit strategy?
Ha! Drift! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Hey! Yeah! 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 Hey! Yeah! Yeah! Heal! Yeah! 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 Hey! Ha! Yeah! Hey! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Yeah!
There we go. And then... No, I don't want to borrow spirits.
Back off!
Oh, no wonder this thing has like a rating of like 18 combat. You go through so much!
Yeah! Hey! Ha! Ha!
Like, Jesus, so much combat. And it's just because of running around.
Oh, yeah. Hey, drift. Yeah, ha, ha. Oh, yeah. Yeah, ha, hey, yeah. Yeah, hey.
There we go. All right, rolling, rolling.
Ha, ha, oh, ha, yeah. Yeah, hey. Heal. Ha ha. There. Yeah. Light. Yeah. Hey. Ha. Yeah. Hey. Ha. Ha. Yeah.
That's right, chump block. Get some levels.
Ha. Hey. Ha. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Open this. Tatsu Steed. Oh, that sounds cool. Where the fuck am I going? Hopefully this is the correct direction. This is a... Like, the grid was a little... Like, at least the grid was, like, tight. It was small. This is just huge. Ugh. Ugh. We're gonna get absorbed by Monstro, aren't we, at this point? Dun, 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 dun.
Pinocchio! Jiminy!
Ugh, come on. Wait. I might need to double check to make sure my leap motion isn't, like, catching on to, what the fuck is going on? Why is Monstro frozen? Hi, Rottweiler. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I'm getting slowly tired. Why is it all ice?
I'll have to claw my way past, then rescue my friends.
Claw, because the enemy has claws. Oh my god, this guy is fucking huge.
Yeah, 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 drift. Yeah, heal. Hey, hey, ha.
Oh my god.
Ha, ha, ha. Ha, hey, there. Yeah.
This guy is pain.
Light. Pop. Drift. Yeah.
There better be a technique to getting him to...
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ha ha. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, ha. Ha. Yeah, hey. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Alright, hopefully this Whomper Stomper helps. This Whomper Stomper does not help because the claws are too big!
Hey, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Back off. Yeah. Ha-ha. Light.
Rescuing spirits. Yep, I can do that. Just let me...
Yeah. Heal. Yeah. Back off. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. There. There. Hey. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Heal. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Back off.
Oh my god. Okay, what's the trick? You're being sick? Oh no! I hope you get better, Rottweiler. It would be sad if it's like, you know, really bad. Oh, he's got Wojak eyes. I feel like I gotta run away from him. Where did he go? There he is. Yep. What was the idea of this boss? Like, there's nowhere else to aim on him. Oh my god, this better not be one of those cases. Ah, cool, he's done with this whole, like, Wojak eyes thing. It's a mental fever caused by metal dust syndromes. Shivers, Nova. God, oh, that sounds terrible. You have, like, extra bits of metal in you now? And they're, like, sitting in your lungs and shit? Fuck, that sounds... I was about to say that sounds metal as fuck, but that sounds terrible. Jump, swing, come on, stop. Come on, just let me take on this enemy with some, like, fairness and strength. Destroy the ice holding Monstro. Okay. There we go. Reality shift. Oh, this is gonna be it's also painful. I would imagine so. You have extra bits of metal inside you. I don't think we're meant to be holding on to metal or anything like that, so... Oh my god, we're just standing on a bubble holding a whale. Yeah, this is definitely a dream. Use Monstro to catch up to... There must be a way for me to roll faster. Come on. Closer. Gotcha. That was a very weird boss, because, like, I feel like I wasn't doing any proper hits to it or anything like that, and then all of a sudden we just have a fucking whale in a ball, and we're like, we're gonna roll it real slowly to this really flamboyant claw. And now we get bored by a giant whale. Oh, never mind. He just blew his nose. I thought he was gonna swallow us.
I get it now. After this, Pinocchio and Jiminy's world gets dragged into darkness. And they end up cast into the sea between worlds, along with Monstro. And then, they end up in Traverse Town and the belly of the whale. That's when we meet for real.
Okay.
It's like Master Yensid said. I'm in the dream, Pinocchio's world is dreaming. And that world will never be right again until it wakes from sleep.
Cool. Kind of makes sense. Okay, so we were able to get through 2 worlds at least, which is a little bit better than just going through only 1 per stream, because that would have been horrendous to do. So I still need to go through the grid with Riku, and then I need to... No, not that way. So yeah, Riku, I still need to... Alright, yeah, so Riku and Sora are done here. Sora is done here, so I have to be done with Riku here. More money prizes than usual. Friends and foe receive a 20% bonus in magic. Let's go with this. Alright, we're gonna have Sora go to sleep. So we got plenty of droplets. He got some lucky items. And he completed 2 link portals. Slows down the drop. Scales with thingy. Yep. Attack, defense. Defense gain, defense thingy. And we confirm all that. We claim it. And then that puts us here. Take a solar sailor for the docks and head for the portal. Head for the arena. No, we're not heading to the arena. We need to head to a solar sail. Cool. So we need to go this way.
Take this! Fire!
There we go. Takes us to someplace. And then... Go. And then we healed for our troubles, which is great. And then re-roll here.
Sorry. Yeah.
Prize shot.
Sorry.
Come on. I must be getting close to the solar sail from here. Just stop effing up with me. Drop. Yep, cool. Alright, so we grab this. Open this. Let's see what cool shit we get. Counter aura. Awesome. guessing we weren't supposed to get there from here. No, I suppose not. Whew. Destruct. Auto. Cool. Oh, I see. So... And then... use this, and obviously this is going to tell us a code where we're going to... unlock. Cool. Super Hacker. Activate all code break commands. Oh, Jesus, that's a... pain. Alright, and then this will take us somewhere useful.
Heal.
This better not. It is a dead end. God fucking damn it. Alright. Auto-destruct this thing. Auto-destruct. There we go. I better not get lost with this guy and have to go through 2 drops with him, because that's going to be a little bit annoying. Auto-destruct once more. Hey, it shatters here, which is... Hey, excellent. So this gets us down here. That works. Alright, let's see what we get. Moving spark. That will work. 3, 4. Alright, Riku goes up in level, which is great. There's a chest over there. Alright, is this going to be another auto-destruct thing? Prize box. Alright. Oh, here's another chest. Thank you. Oh, save. Thank goodness. Alright. Save here. I just didn't want to save, like, far away from the solar thingy-majiggy. I wanted to save here. Alrighty. Oh, my goodness. Alright. I am going to need to... Where is my mouse? Where have you gone? I am going to need to end the stream here. Because it's past 9 p.m. I'm going to need to, like, you know, figure out how to get to sleep shortly. And plus, I need to put in a little bit of time into fixing my streamer bot robot for the whole squat redeem thing, because I've kind of fucked it up a little bit, because it's not it wasn't doing the counts properly or anything like that. So, yeah. But before I have all you guys disappear, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, I should say, before I have you all disappear, you will all need to join with me, or you don't have to, but I would be really appreciated if you joined with me as we raided into someone. And I think we are going to go and raid into Zephora. Right now they're going through Firewatch, and the raid message we're going to use is it's gonna be like along the lines of like someone called the sexy the himbo fire brigade. So hang on a second. Someone call the himbo fire brigade. So that's gonna be our raid message. I just realized that with the capital fire, it's going to look like that. So let's go with a hyphen instead. Hopefully the hyphen, with it being all one word, it's going to be a little... Yep, that's a lot better. So we're going to have a hyphen in ours because they're playing Firewatch. That's going to be our raid message. And I hope you'll join with me as we do that. We're going to be picking up on more Final Fantasy come Sunday night. So there isn't going to be a stream Thursday, Friday this week. Saturday night, we're going to be going through more Final Fantasy 14. I've kind of not done it for like a week or two, so I kind of want to pick back up on it. And then Sunday morning, we are going to go through more of Kingdom Hearts. Because we do it off in the morning, if there's enough people and I have enough energy in me, I might even make it like longer than the normal 3 hours. And then it's another week of streaming next week, and next Friday will be the fursuit stream. So I hope to see a lot of you there. Otherwise, I want to say thank you everyone who came to tonight's stream. I greatly appreciate it. You can find me in my you can keep up with alerts for the next stream via my Twitter down below or through my Discord. All right, and we'll shortly raid into Zip, and I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye for now.